Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Today's video is a little difficult because I talk about your mindset and everything that's going on in the world, and you get what you focus on. You've manifested your reality, and I know everything that's going on in the world right now seems, for some people, it seems hopeless. People are struggling. People are, um, you know, working 2, 3 jobs, trying to make ends meet. And you go to the grocery store and everything costs an arm and a leg. And I understand. I get it. The thing is, all of this was planned. All of it was planned. And the way everything is structured has been planned for a very long time. And somebody commented on my video, I think it was yesterday's video. Anyway, yes, it is by design that we are in this situation. The thing is, the system, it has been played out extremely slowly, and everybody just allowed it to happen because you didn't realize what was going on. So now it's crunch time, and people are feeling the crunch, and people are seeing the situation that we're in. And I told my husband this morning, I said, the hard thing, even for those of us that voted for Trump, and we know things are shifting for the better, you look at it and you're like, but the prices haven't come down, but this hasn't happened, but and incomes haven't gone up, so you're looking at him that he's not doing his job. And I heard something where they're saying that he's for the rich people. First of all, we need to get out of the blame game. And this may trigger some of you. This may trigger a lot of you. But it's because of us that we're in this situation. It's not Trump. Trump didn't put us here. He's trying to help us get out of it. It didn't happen overnight. It's not going to be fixed overnight. The thing is, we need to wake up and see how it's all played out prior to him, because this happened before he even thought about taking office. It has been going on for years and years and years. And of course, yes, the Democrats are spinning their agenda still, and they're trying to make him look bad with everything that they're doing, and yeah, I just got back from a bike ride. So, the thing is, we can't blame anybody. We can't even blame ourselves. It's not blame. It's not judgment. It just is. The thing is, we need to wake up so it doesn't happen again. And we need to get out of victimhood and focusing on the problem. And I was talking to my husband about it this morning, and I said, because, and I've said this, I live in heaven on earth every day. And a friend of mine told me, she's like, Pam, you're the only person I know that's not struggling. And I said something to my husband this morning, and he said, but she's not seeing the whole thing. There are things that we're struggling with. And I'm like, but what are we struggling with? And he said something about, our relationship. And I said, I don't see it as a struggle. I see it as we're learning, we're growing. Yes, we're going through whatever we need to go through right now. And he said, but I don't see it as a struggle. And he was like, well, yeah. He said, but everybody sees things differently. And that's the thing. Whatever you're going through, you need to shift your mindset to see it in a positive light. Even if it's not optimal, even if it's not what you think is supposed to be the perfect situation. Because when you focus, and he said something to me, he's like, before we got together, he said, I'm sure you were worried and stressed about your credit cards or your financial situation. Because before we got together, I had one credit card that was completely maxed out, and I was working on the second one because the income wasn't coming in to pay the bills. The bills were being paid. Appointments would come in, but I was not financially free. I was not financially set by any means. And I told him, I said, no, I never worried about my credit cards. I never worried about my financial situation because I always knew it would just be taken care of. And he said, that's the difference. He said, because you didn't go into focusing on the problem. You just knew that it would work out. You knew that everything would be fine. Did I know how it was going to be fine? No. Again, that's not for me to figure out. I was doing what I felt like I was supposed to be doing. And even in our relationship situation, for a lot of people that would look at the situation that my husband and I are in, have been in, or whatever, they would look at it as a struggle. When I tell you, the universe has a plan, it is not for you to question it. Sometimes you are put in a situation that isn't exactly fun because somebody else needs you. It's not always about you. And this is, it's all relevant because my husband could look at what we're going through as a struggle. It's not optimal. the thing is, every time we've gotten, well, I say that like there have been two situations where in most people's eyes, it's not, excuse me, it's not optimal. It's a struggle. It's whether we're going to separate, we're going to do whatever. Both times, God has used him in a way that is phenomenal. He has touched more lives both times he's been gone. It is such a blessing. And I look, and it's how you look at it. When you don't focus on the problem, when you don't focus on your situation, there's always a silver lining. You just have to be willing to find it and look for it. And I told my friend this morning, I was walking while I was talking to her, and I almost stopped in my tracks. And I told her, I said, you know what? I said, there are no words. Because I feel so humbled and so honored for God to have put us together so I can help him get to a position where, and this doesn't come from ego, it is how everything just played out. Because he was searching for answers when I met him. I gave him answers. I gave him direction and guidance for him to find his own answers. And the answers that he has found have blessed more people's lives than he even knows. People are looking. People know that there's more than what we've been told. And just because he is where he is, at whatever moment he is, he gives them that answer. He gives them that hope. So, in the 3D, in the logical world, are we in a perfect relationship? No. In the bigger picture, in the realm of everything, we are in the perfect relationship. Because I can't tell you how the two of us have grown. I've grown, he's grown, we've grown. I'm connecting with you guys. He's connecting with other people out there. It's how you look at it. Your situation. Now, there are people I know that I can sit and tell them all day long, look at the positive. And they want to dwell in the negative. And I can say, yeah, but look at this. And yeah, but look at that. And yeah, but. And they're going to play victim all day long. There is nothing I can say or you can say that's going to shift that person to see it in a positive light. As light workers, as whatever you call yourself, people that are awake. When people pose these questions to you, yes, you can help them. You can help them shift their mindset. They have to want to shift it. You know, I mean, I know people personally. They're so comfortable living in victimhood, they're not willing to step out of that. It doesn't matter what I say. You can't help everybody. I'm struggling not to say but. You can't help everybody. The thing is, those that are waking up, we need to continue looking at the positives. Continue finding that silver lining. Continue being open to the truth of what has happened. And again, and I've said this numerous times, when you are open and you start to see how, I mean, I cannot even put it into words how intertwined and how messed up everything has gotten. And it all plays off of each other. Again, there's no way I can. You either see it or you don't. And when you start to see how one thing is messed up, and then you see where another thing is messed up, and then you go, oh my gosh, and you see how the two of them are intertwined together. I mean, 9/11 is a perfect example. And this is just one of many, many, many things. Those of us that are awake know that it was an inside job. Our government did that. There are people that choose to believe the lies that we were told when it happened. When you look at the fact that it was an inside job, and then I had somebody argue the point that they were, or they were a fireman or something, and they wanted to argue the fact that it was jet fuel that burned all that stuff up. No one. But that's what they were taught. It goes all the way back that far. Like when I was in school. Because they're teaching you what they want you to know. They're not teaching you the truth. Look at our history, for God's sake. You know, when they can keep you ignorant of the truth on everything, they control you. It's us waking up to the truth, stepping into our power, and seeing, stop letting them control you. Stop letting them keep you suppressed. That is what they want. They want to feed your brain with doom and gloom. And as long as you're focusing on the doom and gloom, it's going to continue. Again, I could look at my life, my situation, and focus on the negative stuff. I have chosen not to take that path. I have chosen, and you know what? When you shift your mindset, that negative stuff doesn't even bother you because it's not even really. How do I say this? It's like not even in your awareness. because that's not what you're focused on. I mean, I really had to dig and look for the negative, because it wasn't here. It wasn't in my forefront. So again, you guys are waking up. You're starting to see the bigger picture. Continue waking up. Continue to expand your knowledge. Continue to learn. Don't get stuck in it. Don't dwell on the corruption and the brainwashing and the lies. Know it's there, but don't get stuck in it. I understand there are people, because again, I was there. You know, I was living on my credit cards, and I was about to the end of the second one, and that was it. I didn't have another one. But I didn't dwell on, oh my God, I have no money. Oh my God, I can't pay my bills. Oh my God, I can't do this. Oh my God. I wasn't even there. I focused on the positive. I focused on, I just know it's going to be okay. Somehow, some way, it's going to be okay. And it kind of goes back to the castle. Because I was talking to my husband yesterday, and I said, you know what? People get caught up in, I need money. Abundance is more than just money. Your dreams can be fulfilled with more than just money. But you have to be willing to think outside the box, and you have to be willing to focus on the positives. There was a woman that she wanted to travel the world, but she couldn't afford it. So she went to the airline. She was a photographer. Maybe you've heard this story. She was a photographer. She went to the airline and said, look, I want to travel the world. If you take me to these places, I will take pictures and you can use them in your brochures, in your literature. Not only did they fly her around the world, they put her in the hotels and paid for everything. You might not be a photographer. That might not be your path. But when I was talking to my husband yesterday about the castle scenario, there are castles, there are buildings that look like castles that they're outdated. They're not necessarily falling down, but they need a lot of work. And I told him, I said, you could stumble into, if that is your dream, you could stumble into one of those buildings and get it for next to nothing because it needs work. Then find out, because you don't have money to revamp this whole thing, that it's a historic site. And then you can get grants for it, or you can, this is not my wheelhouse. This is not my thing. My thing is to tell you there are other ways than you having money in your pocket to make it happen. The money will, the ability to do it will come from somewhere. You have to be focused on the fact that this is what your heart desires and you truly, truly want it to happen. And then let it go on how it's supposed to happen. But if you feel led to have a conversation with somebody about it, have a conversation with somebody, because you never know where it's going to lead you. But that's what I'm saying. This kind of stuff happens. You know, it might not be that person that you talk to. It might be somebody else. It's your limiting beliefs. It's your mindset that are keeping you where you are. Yes, basically the government has screwed us over. And when I say that, I am not talking about Trump. And if you think it's Trump, get off my channel, because you're part of the problem. I'm just going to flat out tell you. You know, these people that are focusing on the left's agenda and believing the nonsense that they're spinning, and then they want to come at me. No. This has happened way before Trump, and he's only been in office for what, a couple of months. You can't fix this mess overnight. You can't fix it in a couple of months. He is working on it. He has a whole team of people working on it. You know, I saw something the other day. This woman, or yeah, I guess it was a woman, somebody on Facebook posted something, and the woman senator, and I don't get wrapped up in this, so woman senator was knocking RFK for the way he's talking about autistic people. And how dare he? They're big contributors to our society and da-da-da-da-da and all this nonsense, because she's knocking him for talking about autistic people. I have bitten my tongue as long as I can bite my tongue. Because if that's what you're focusing on, you're part of the problem. Because he's not knocking autistic people. He's knocking the fact that autism even exists because of the shit they're putting in your body. The drugs that they're pumping into these children is what's causing the autism. It's not against the person. It is against the system that has caused the problem. But these people want to, again, they're focusing on the problem. They're focused, and if that is you, again, you're missing the entire point. And you're going to miss everything, the point that I'm trying to make to you, that only you can fix this. Only you can fix your situation by shifting, owning it, that you're where you are. It's nobody's fault. And only you can fix it. Because I've said this before, Trump can come in and fix everything. And if we don't wake up to how we got to this point, it's going to go right back to that same thing. Because we were in a pretty good situation when he left the last time, contrary to what the media spun. And in 4 years, Biden flipped us upside down. And now he's trying to fix it again. So anyway, this was not supposed to be a... You know what? My message goes wherever it's meant to go. Because somebody needed to hear that. My point is, don't focus on your problem. Focus on what you want to see happen. How you want your life to be. And know, this is where you've got to dump the limiting beliefs and shift your mindset, because you need to know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you are worth more. You are worthy of more. You can achieve more. And know what you want to achieve, whether it be that castle, to fly to the moon, it doesn't matter. Whatever your dream is, chase it again. But not from a place of I've got to make it happen. Have your dream. If it resonates with you, there is no dream that's too big. When you come from a place of, I just know it's going to happen, when it's meant to happen, and how it's meant to happen. And you focus on achieving your dream. And get out of victimhood, get out of the situation that you're in. You know, and it doesn't have to be a big, take small steps. You know, my husband said something this morning. One of the biggest things that shifted for him was when he started helping other people. You start giving back. And it doesn't take money. Like he said, you know, go to a business and see if you can clean their toilets. You might hit 5 businesses and they say, no, I don't think so. But you might hit that 5th business or that 6th business and they've been looking for somebody to clean their toilet. And you go in and you get out of your ego and your pride and you do the best job at cleaning that toilet that you can do. You never know where that's going to lead you. But you're giving back. You're doing something. You're not sitting and wallowing in your self-pity and your victimhood and blame. And look at, and this is the other part of the equation, look at what you're spending your money on. Don't whine to me when you're going out buying drugs and cigarettes and alcohol. Or yeah. And I don't mean that. I'm not being ugly. Those are very expensive things. You can eat quite a bit of food for that. Or feed your family or something. So, again, are you spending it on things that you don't need to spend it on? Are you playing a bunch of, I don't even know. You know, I can't, the list is so long. Anyway, I'm not here to lecture you. I'm here to help you. If you need help shifting your mindset, dumping your limiting beliefs, all of my books, my empowerment language toolkit is huge. It's free. Because you need to start talking positively to yourself and start taking your power back. That's an easy start. The liberating your consciousness is free. It helps you figure out what your limiting beliefs are and get rid of them. And then cultivating peace and purpose helps you shift how you look at things. Shift your mindset. And that is not expensive at all. So I will link all of those below. If this helps you, click the like button. If somebody you know needs to hear this, share it. Subscribe to my channel. Because again, I'm here to help you. I'm not here to bash you. I'm not here to, but you have to be willing. No, I'm not here to bash you. You need to be willing to change. I can't do this for you. I can give you guidance. I can give you suggestions. But like I told my husband, I said, the people that want to come back at me with excuse after excuse after excuse, if you're trying to help somebody like that, let them go. Send them love and let them go. Because all they're going to do is drain your energy. You're not here to get in a pity pot with anybody. So I send you love. I send you light. If you have questions, I'm here to help you. And I think that's it. So until the next video, we will talk soon.